So right now it's 2:46 p.m. on December 21st, the first day of our 11-day Christmas break, even though it doesn't really exist because we have to study and do homework and stuff. But I'm gonna give myself some rest today, so I'm not gonna do any revision or homework today, but there are a lot of homework and revision to do, so there's that. Anyways, I'm going to wrap up this school update video with me telling you guys what happened yesterday on December 20th. Basically, the last school day in the year 2019, also the last school day of the 2010s. It's a big deal, and also the last Christmas party day, because in every year in my school, there is going to be a Christmas party day where we can wear whatever the hell we want. And we would, watch people play music, watch people dance, and cringe. And we will have our little parties in our own classrooms with our own classmates, play some music, eat some pizza, eat some pasta, eat some French fries and potato chips, and drink some drinks, and just take a bunch of photos and have fun for the last day of the year before the Christmas break. Of course, you can't really wear whatever the hell you want. I mean, you can't wear anything with swear words. You can't wear anything too sensual, sexual. You can't wear anything too ridiculous. There are still a set of rules, but still, we don't have to wear our school uniform, which is fantabulous. So I decided to wear this, which is a coat I bought. I chose last week, and I finally get to choose what I want to wear on Christmas party day, and this is it, which is pretty nice in my opinion. Here's the thing. I want a very formal coat that really feels detective-y, like I'm Sherlock Holmes or something. And this one, yes, this is the one. Also, someone like me, with a personality like me, a coat like this really fits me. It's really me. So I had to choose this one. Anyways, let's go back to what happened yesterday. Yesterday might be the best day of 2019 period, and I'm not even exaggerating, because I went through my best days list, and I realized that none of the days on that list are as good as yesterday. So spoiler alert, yesterday is the best day of 2019. I'll start from the morning. In the morning, I woke up at 6:37 a.m. Once again, I only slept for around 3.5 hours. I couldn't fall asleep like the day before because I was a little nervous. But anyway, I woke up, had my breakfast, tried to, get, with my clothes and, look as sharp but yet as cool as possible, packed my bags, and just started off to school. And when I was walking towards the school from the bus stop, Potato Gang showed up, and I went there and said hey, and we went into school together. Usually, if something like that happens, I would just ignore them and pretend that I'm totally alone. Because, I'm introverted and I'm bad at socializing, but today's the fucking day, man, okay? And so, Mary was also there nearby, but I can't just talk to her at that point, right? Alright. Afterwards, we all went to our respective classrooms, talked, had fun, and then afterwards, we went to the school hall where the performances are taking place, the dancing and the singing. And yes, all of them are cringe, okay? None of them are good, especially for the singing, where they either sing something stupid or sing something too overly melodramatic and all of them are either pop music or pop music, and either Western pop music or Canto pop music, which are both genres that I'm not too huge on. And of course, everybody's cringing. The guy behind me is cringing even more than I am. I mean, every time a new singer comes up to the stage, he's like, cringe, cringe. And I couldn't agree more. It's big cringe. Same goes for the dancing, which is actually more boring than ever because everybody's doing the same moves over and over and over again for minutes over crappy music that just keeps on repeating over and over again. The dancing, it's it's boring. Okay, it's boring. Um, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Still had fun cringing. Uh, Afterwards, we went into our classrooms and we set up the tables and prepared to party on. And we also sent a few people down to the ground floor of the school campus. By the way, our school campus is one big building. Uh, to the ground floor to, take the food, bring it up. And we ordered from a restaurant called Pizza Pie, which is a couple streets from my residence. And you know what? The restaurant Pizza Pie, they said they were running short of like ingredients, so they were very late to cooking. So it was around 12 noon when they were still cooking the food, and we waited and waited and waited and waited and waited, and until forever, the food never came. One of our teachers were on the phone with the boss, with the CEO of Pizza Pie. They had an argument, okay? The teacher, I think it's a she. I didn't see it, by the way. I wasn't there when they argued, but like the teacher called the CEO and was super frustrated, and at the end she said, "Fuck it, refund, okay? Refund. We don't eat the food anymore. Refund." So at the end, we didn't have food. We were starving. Fortunately, some leftover food from ninth graders were transported to us, and we were just really grateful about that because we don't have the food. We were starving, but other people, they're being really considerate, and that's really nice. And yeah, of course, we played games. They had to randomly select people to play games, and I was one of them. So it was pretty cool, pretty fun. And we also took a bunch of photos when we were waiting the food and after we finished the whole party thing and the games. And I get to play music as well. I played some Gorillaz, Tame Impala, Anderson .Paak, which I think people enjoyed, and I think Gasafo Stein, that song with Pharrell Williams, and then I also played 21 Pilots, which is totally cool. I want to play something mainstream and accessible, yet doesn't suck. And these are the songs. I'm not gonna play Death Grips anymore. I played that last time, and people were like, "Shit, don't play that." Um, anyways, it was fantastic actually. After the party, we were all leaving, and I was like, "Oh shit, my textbooks are in the locker. I forgot to bring the keys." So with the help of a school janitor guy, they broke my friggin' lock, and I took the books out of the locker. But now the lock is broken. Uh, it can't function anymore, but I'll still use it anyways because I don't fucking care. Real lock, fake lock, broken lock, it's still a lock. All right. Okay, and then after the party, I stayed behind a little bit. I originally planned to go to Nick's place to have Hotpot dinner with Leo, Pink, Marty, and Harry, which I also did eventually. But after the party, I stayed behind and took a few more photos with a few more people in the big volleyball court. I mean, the entire world was there. By the entire world, I mean all the people from 11th grade and 12th grade, aka junior and senior year. I did take a photo with Tyrus. I did take a photo with I did take a photo with Tyrus. I did take a photo with Ernest, with Tom, Grant, Oliver, Russell. I did take a photo with Jordana. Did take a photo with Natalie. And anyways, afterwards, Nick basically left on his own, and I was gonna follow Tom and Derek to go to the basketballs. I'm not gonna play it, but he and some other people, including Leo and Harry and Marty, were gonna play it alongside with Hans, and Jeffrey was there for some reason. So me carrying a bunch of books, super heavy, we headed to the basketball court where a lot of people were playing. And I thought, I could, go there and then later on stick with Leo, who will eventually go to Nick's house. It's all gonna work out. And then I realized that Cedric's coming to see me after school today. So I told Cedric where I was, and eventually Cedric came and we hugged because it's been 4 months since we have seen each other. We hugged and we were also at the basketballs for like a little while. And we helped them buy some water and some drinks. And Jeffrey was there. It was a little awkward between me and Jeffrey. The history between me and Jeffrey, it's a little not so good. But Jeffrey doesn't seem to hate me either. He just doesn't care about me. Still, it would have been great if I could speak to Jeffrey for a little bit. Maybe sometime in the future I would be able to. Anyway, afterwards, I had a new plan in mind because Tom saw all the books that I'm carrying, and Tom said, "Hey, you can actually go back home first. I mean, the Hotpot dinner starts at 6, right? It's just 3 now. You have 3 hours." So I and Cedric took a bus back home to this place, and he actually went inside this room, this filming location right now. He was in here, and for the first time, and I documented it with my phone as well because it's a very historical moment. Cedric's been to my place now. I've been to Cedric's place now, and it's cool, pretty cool. We stayed for a few minutes and then we put down the books. We went out again and we took a bus to Nick's place. We walked up to Nick's place and Marty and Nick were already there playing their PS4s. And we also sat there and waited for Leo and Pink and Harry. And we played PS4 as well, which I suck at. I'm terrible at video games. So yeah, there's that. I'm just terrible. But we also had the hot pot dinner, which is pretty nice. Your usual hot pot with the beef and the meatballs and the fish balls and the tofu skins. It's a thing. If you're American and you don't know what's tofu skin, it's a delicacy. And we had our soft drinks, had our talks, had our chats, had the soya sauce at the side, had the sesame oil at the other side. It was pretty fun and fantastic. And that's pretty much it. Later on, Cedric left earlier, and then later on, Marty left, and then later on, me, Harry, Pink, and Leo left together. It was already 11:30 p.m. by then, and we went to the subway station, aka the MTR station, and we went to the station after the station I'm supposed to drop off at. But I can follow Leo and Pink for a while because they wanted to go to a street to have some dessert, have a little midnight dessert. So I followed them around, but they were gonna go inside the restaurant and eat it instead of taking away. But I don't want to eat it because I'm already super full. So at the end, I waved goodbye and took the subway back to my station, district station again. And then I walked back home. It was already 12 midnight. I wanted to watch an episode of The Boys and then take a shower, but then it's already too late after I took a shower. So I just fell asleep. And then today I woke up at around 1:40 p.m. So there's that. But all of this, it's fantastic. It's happy. I am having so much fun, but I haven't gotten to the main point yet. I'm leaving the best for the last. I spoke to Mary. Yes! Yeah! I did it, okay? It's been years, okay? It's been years. I've been trying so hard to speak to Mary, but every time I see her, I freeze up, I stutter, I panic, I get anxious. But yesterday, I realized that it's the last day of the year, the last school day of the decade, and if I don't speak to her now, I'm gonna be so sorry to myself. I have to speak to her, and I did. I did. Wow, I it's miraculous. I mean, the time has come, and I am I'm just incredibly happy about it. This is the main reason why yesterday's the best day of the year. I mean, I was wearing this. I was at that point. It was before the food came. We were still waiting the food. It was right after the performances thing. And of course, I took a bunch of photos with people, like with Leo and Nick and with Pink and Jordana and Natalie. I asked them. I took initiative, which is fucking awesome. For all introverts out there, including me, take initiative. This is like the best advice I had ever gotten. Take initiative, because if you don't, everybody's gonna not care about you and forget about you. Take initiative. Yes, it looks like you're begging them. It looks like you're on the weaker side of the power. It doesn't matter, okay? Take initiative. So took a bunch of photos and went down to the 5th floor to check out the people at 6B. Didn't take a photo with Bernice. It would have been great if I could take a photo with Bernice. It would have been great if I could take a photo with Wendy or Queenie. I didn't even talk to them, which is unfortunate. But I went down, like I and Nick, we were like, I told Nick we were gonna check out 6B class, and maybe Tyrus is there, maybe the other guy, whatever his name is, maybe the other guy's there, and then they weren't there, and Nick was like, whatever, I'll go back to my classroom. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna go back to my classroom. I'm gonna go down one more floor to the 6C classroom and see if Mary's there. I went down, and guess what? Oliver and Mary were taking a photo together. This is the perfect moment. Not a moment is more perfect than this. We were right beside the stairwell. Oliver's there. Mary's friends weren't there around her. I'm there, and they're taking photos. This is a moment, the perfect recipe for me to speak to Mary again. This is the perfect fucking recipe. So, of course, Oliver and Mary did take their photos, and Mary looks stunning, and Oliver looks fun. After Mary and Oliver took their photos, Mary was gonna return to the classroom. I walked up to her and I said, "Hey," and this time she heard it. She stopped. Oh yeah, by the way, I need to describe what clothes was she wearing. It was actually very light colored, which is, of course, it's Mary, of course it is. Sort of a pink top with a slight khaki pants, and it was tuck shirt, and it was like, she looks like one of those Korean models, as always, as per usual. Anyway, I said hey, and of course she was in her fancy braids and stuff, with a mole right here. Yeah, it was right here. It was right here. She had a mole right here. That's why. That's how you could recognize her from from a distance. I said hey. She stopped, turned, and looked at me. And at that point, I almost panicked. I almost felt afraid. But at that point, I realized that I have already started the conversation. Mary's already acknowledging my existence. I'm already in it, and I have to start talking. So as rehearsed, as practiced, I said, on October 24th, I wanted to say happy birthday to you. I said happy birthday in English, and I said, but I didn't. So there's that, and she chuckled, like very slightly, like chuckled, and said, it's okay, or something like that. And I think maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my memory is going crazy, but I think she did like pat me on the arm, right here ish, like pat me in the in my left arm. And at that point, I didn't panic. I also didn't focus too much on everything else around me. I was just focusing on what I had to say, what I had to do, how I had to act. And then she suddenly said, hey, do you want to take a photo together? And I was like, sure, yeah. Fuck yeah. I didn't even ask. It wasn't even me. Like, she asked for it, which is awesome, but like, it's not because she likes me or something, right? Because I was a classmate, a friend, very briefly, and it would be cool to take a photo, whatever. And so we did take a photo, just a couple of them, and I stood here, she stood beside me, and then that's it. And then after the photo, I still waited around. I still stuck with Oliver there. Oliver, throughout the whole thing, Oliver looks at me and he's like, it's the time. The time's now. Okay, now is the time. And I got it, and I looked at Oliver and like, fuck yes, man, fuck yes. Derek showed up. Later on, Linda showed up and took a bunch of photos as well. I was sticking around with Oliver. I didn't leave yet. And when Linda was about to leave, she was running away. She was in a hurry. I was like, hey, because, a bonus. So I was like, hey, and Linda just ignored me as she ran away. Ran down the stairs, actually. Derek saw it, and Derek laughed like, you can't talk to the girl. And Linda heard it, and Linda stopped before she completely disappeared, before she did the turn to go to the next floor. And she looked back and said, yeah, and then she's gone. Which is, I guess, pretty cool. I mean, I didn't really directly speak to Linda, but I guess Linda acknowledges my existence, and, Linda's not really upset with my existence or whatever. So I guess that's a small bonus. It would have been great if I could take a photo with Linda. To be fair, I've been friends with Linda for an even longer time than with Mary. But I and Linda also had a more dramatic fallout than between me and Mary. But still, it's whatevs. It's a little bonus. That's it. But still, the photos, man. The fucking photo with Mary, that was the most priceless thing in the world. And at the end of the day, we were about to leave. I and Tom, we were talking, and Tom said he also had a person of interest who's also in the same classroom as Mary. And I couldn't tell you who, for privacy reasons, of course. But he also managed to take a photo with her, and their face cheeks touched each other very briefly, out of accident, which is fantastic. And I was really happy for Tom, and I am really happy for Tom right now, and Tom's really happy for me, and we were really happy for each other, and it was a gigantic victory for both me and Tom. Now, yes, this is only one small little conversation interaction with Mary. Um, it's really nothing. It really means nothing. But after yesterday, in the future, I can speak to Mary, and it wouldn't be awkward, and the relationship can build from there, which is nice. I mean, I'm not even asking for like a romantic relationship. I'm not even asking for friendship. I'm asking for like a normal, friendly relationship. Well, friends then. I don't know. I'm just gonna try to get to know her as much as possible before I leave Hong Kong. And same goes for Linda, Bernice, Wendy, Queenie, and maybe Jeffrey, and Tyrus as well, and Idris, who's pretty cool with me as well. And there's that. I still haven't received a photo yet, but if I have, it's gonna be like fuck yes, fuck yes. So yeah, that's what happened. That's that. So right now it's 2:40 a.m. in the morning, December 26th. It's 94 days left until the ultimate final exam. I really need to up my revision game right here. Now, technically, I have revised in the past 100 days, um, but very obviously, it's not enough when compared to any other person who is studying right now. It's definitely not enough, and I don't want to fall behind. So yeah, it's very late right now. I have to go to bed, so I will not revise right now. But what I will do, I figured the best thing, my best move right now at this very moment is to sort of do an evaluation. So, I have 7 subjects or 7 courses, classes, whatever. 7 subjects. Chinese, English, Maths, LS, and then we have the 3 electives. Shit, that is 8. Fuck, I'm going crazy. 7. Because number 5 is physics, 6 is chemistry, 7 is biology. Now, if I have to rank them from most easiest to most difficult, it would be English, Maths. Wow, and then the rest is extremely difficult. So I don't have to care about English and Maths all that much, but I guess I don't have to care about um now this is tough. Um the worst has to be Chinese, and the second worst has to be chemistry. So let's just get that out of the way. Number 3 easiest, physics. Number 4 easiest, LS. Number 5 is biology, even though it's supposedly the most difficult, but I sort of handle it better than chemistry. Number 6 is chemistry. Number 7 is Chinese. Chinese is the fucking worst. Alright, so here's going to be my revision plan for the rest of the decade. I am going to handle my Chinese and my chemistry by really studying these 2 subjects really, really hard. So Chinese and chemistry, full force. And then, because I already don't have enough time left, I am going to spare a little more time for biology and physics and LS. I don't know about LS because it's hard to revise for LS, and biology is more urgent. Revising biology is more urgent than revising physics, so I guess I will try my best to perfect my biology. But I have already done a complete sort of a skim over every biology related things that I've ever learned in school. Um, which is time consuming, but I did it. But I didn't do it for physics, didn't do it for chemistry, um, especially for the parts that are recently taught. And I didn't do it for Chinese technically, so I guess I have to do that. Yeah. And again, I don't know how to do LS, so I guess I can put that aside for a little while. And then for maths and English, don't really have to worry about that. I guess I have to worry about maths for a little bit because uh, it can be a little tricky sometimes. So I'm going to keep myself alert with some past papers. But I feel like my main goals is Chinese and chemistry. Chinese and chemistry. So it's 2:10 a.m. in the morning. On December 28th, it was Tyrus's birthday yesterday, technically, on December 27th. So shout out to Tyrus. And before that, it's Ronald on the 26th. So shout out to Ronald. And before that, on Christmas Day, it's actually Jeffrey's birthday. To shout out to Jeffrey, and also shout out to Grant because it's his birthday on the 24th. Anyways, I don't know why am I making this video. I was just checking my own YouTube videos and scrolling through my school update videos, and I realized that I haven't posted a school update video for a while now because I've been very, very busy. So maybe in January when I'm having the mock exams and stuff, maybe I'll have time to edit the school update videos and other stuffs that are all pre-recorded. Anyways, I have a lot of homework to do. Not as much as last year though, because the teachers want us to focus more on revision than homework. So I'm screwed because the DSE, the ultimate final exam, is going to happen 93 days later, which is actually pretty close, pretty soon. So originally I've decided to do physics. You know what? Actually, I'm still gonna do physics later on, like revise a little physics. Summarize what I've learned in physics class, and then tomorrow I'll do chemistry because I still need to focus on chemistry and Chinese, two of the most difficult subjects for me at least. And I'm also gonna do, I guess, some maths homework right now. And yeah, other than that, I spent a lot of time today trying to retrieve photos because I've been waiting on some of the photos so that I could post those photos on Instagram, but I don't have those photos because it's somebody else's camera. Adam has some of my photos with Pink and Jordana, so I actually had to WhatsApp him to ask him to send me those photos, and then Oliver, another girl has my photos with Oliver and Mary, so I had to ask Oliver to ask that girl to send me those photos, and it's a nuisance, and those photos aren't high quality, unfortunately, but I still got them, and I still made the Instagram post, and yeah, I still can't find my photo with Tyrus, so I'm just gonna leave that. But yeah, I made the Instagram post, and it's pretty awesome. Topher commented on my Instagram post for some reason, which is really weird. But yeah, Leo's on there, Nick's on there, Natalie's on there, Grant and Tom, and a lot of other people, Kingsley, Ernest, the whole class, it's all on there. Sandra, Betsy, etc. And aside from that, because Selena and Suki don't follow me on Instagram, so I had to unfollow them and then follow them again so that they would get the notification again so that they would follow me back. And that happened to Selena. Selena followed me back. Finally, after 3 years. I've been using Instagram for 3 years, and she's finally following me back. And Suki hadn't done that yet, so I guess I have to unfollow her again and then do the thing again. But yeah, I'm gonna tell Selena about me unfollowing her and then following her back thing, just to let her know how frustrated I was. Um, but yeah, you know what? It's all cool. It's all cool. It's all cool. It's all cool. Um, Natalie, Anne, Maria, and Olivia had dinner today. They they hung out. They had dinner, and Natalie said she was sort of I guess frustrated because Anne was being passive aggressive with her, and I know the reason why, because Anne literally directly told me, and I don't know if I would tell Natalie or not, but you know, me and Natalie were kind of friends right now, even though I have my reasons to, stop being friends with Natalie. I have my reasons. Earlier on, this month, I was like, I'm not sure if I should continue being Natalie's friend. Um, Anne has a pretty similar reason, but in a different standpoint, I guess. So, we're past 90 days left until the DSE, the final ultimate exam of my life. And so, from now on, every time I do these videos, I have to tell you how many days left. So, right now, it's 89 days left. I don't have much time left. I keep on looking at myself because my hair looks bad. But, anyways, tomorrow we have a chemistry pre-mock exam because before the DSE we have the mock exam, where the entire school holds another huge exam event where all of us take part, and then afterwards we will have the DSE, which is the official final ultimate exam where basically all the students in Hong Kong, they all mix up, and we all go to different schools in the city, and we take different exams at different times. It's gonna be very official. It's gonna be citywide. And then before the mock exam, we're gonna have the pre-mock exam where small organizations organize exams. And tomorrow we will have the 4 hour long. Is it 4 or 5 hour long? I think it's 4 hours long of chemistry exam, and we're going to take both papers, both paper one, which is the core part of chemistry, and paper two, which is the electives. And for the electives, they are also compulsory, but we have to choose 2 electives out of 4. And our teacher already chose that for us, and that is analytical chemistry and industrial chemistry. And fuck, I mess up in industrial chemistry test, so I have to review that, revise on that. And then my chemistry book 2, I have book 1 right here, which is pretty heavy, and book 2 is gone. It disappeared into thin air, so I can't work on book 2. Now I have to work on book 3A, 3B, 4A, and 4B. And I also found this app yesterday because I was trying to look for apps that would help me revise because I'm lazy and phones are useful. And I can't find any good revision apps, but I did find a mind map app that could potentially help me. So maybe that's the strategy that I'm going with. But everybody has a different strategy, and because everybody receives information differently, so I guess I like to, just go all in with the mind maps. Of course, I have my own notes. As you can see, my notes are pretty complicated as well. I may have to redo the notes, but I only have 89 days left, so I don't know about that. And then I have the past papers, which actually is useful, but since tomorrow is the pre-mock, I don't think I have time to do any of those past papers, but I'll definitely do them before the mock, and probably redo them a couple more times before the ultimate final exam, DSE. And then yeah, that's the plan. Alright, so it's December 31st, the last day of the fucking decade right now, and in the first few seconds after waking up, I was already piss angry. Uh, not only is there construction noise, which is amazing, it's 10 in the fucking morning. Like, half the world is asleep. Why are you doing this now? You can do this afternoon. Um, Second of all, Natalie just texted me saying that, she's in Starbucks and, we can, like, maybe meet up and do a little revision. And I'm pissed off because of that. Like, you're gonna wait until now, December 31st, for a little revision meetup. After all these times, I've been asking the same questions over and 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 over again for the last 5 days. I've been asking, like, hey, what's the plan? When are we gonna hang out? And every time she either says doesn't respond, she either doesn't respond or says I don't know. And yesterday she was with Grant and Oliver for revision, and I was like, yo, I thought, I can join. You could have told me. And she said, no, it's instantaneous, like Anne and Olivia, like originally I was gonna, revise with them, but then, things happened, I don't know. Okay, you know what, screw it. Natalie is a busy girl. Natalie's, very, very important, and god damn is it tough to be Natalie's friend. And also Natalie's saying that Anne's being passive aggressive to her. And I actually know why. Natalie says she's pissed and she doesn't know why, but, like, I know why, because Anne literally told me directly, and it is true, indeed true, that it is hard to be Natalie's friend. Anyways, it's the chemistry exam today, and I'm pretty much fucked because I pretty much did nothing. And I guess that's also one other thing that I'm kind of angry about. Also, I'm kind of angry about the fact that I didn't even sleep for more than 6 hours. I think I slept for, like, I don't know, 5.5 hours, which is actually not bad, I mean, for a normal school day, but now it's fucking holiday. But, as you can tell, I'm really alive right now, so fuck all y'all. Anyways, I'm having breakfast alone. This turkey bullshit. Like, why would you put turkey on this? Fuck. I'm already really, really angry right now. And I don't know why. Another day in my miserable, pathetic life. I was gonna, go hang out with somebody else today after the exam at night, because I want to count down with the people I like. Except all of them are already busy and all of them already have plans. So I've asked Tom if the gang has any plans, and Tom says he doesn't know. So, okay, fine. I asked Leo, and Leo hasn't responded yet. And then there's still stupid fucking construction noises. Off to a great start. But yeah, I swear if Mary's there. If Mary goes there today, I have some few things to do. But I'm going completely off script because I didn't rehearse for this one. So it's gonna be interesting. But other than that, I am pissed, angry, and I really enjoy living right now. So I'm back at home right now, and it is 1:20 a.m. in the morning, January 2nd, 2020. And it was really unfortunate what happened earlier today. I lost my wallet. And it was a result of a series of bad decisions. Me deciding not to bring my backpack, and me deciding not to put my wallet in my pants pockets. Instead, I put them in my jacket pockets. And also my decision to not wear my jacket, but to hold it in my hand, to carry it in my hand while running around. And yeah, I mean, I guess I had fun with Tyrus and Cedric today, but yeah, my legs are super sore and tired. I was either standing or walking or running for 4.5, actually 5 hours straight. And we didn't go anywhere. At the end, we were, stuck in loops. There was some interesting things going on at the end of our march, because all the moderates have to go back home, and then all the radicals have to arrive for the night battles, and a human chain formed. Some people told me to stop filming, and I respect them, so I tried my best to, I guess, film as little as possible. And shit happened. Glass walls, glass windows were smashed, and I heard a tear gas pop, which sounds like a firework. And me, Tyrus, and Cedric decided to go up the hill and down the hill to get to somewhere safe so that we can go back home safely. And then after we went up the hill and down again, I found out that I lost my wallet. So I and Cedric decided to go all the way back up the hill and down again, all the way back down. And of course, Hong Kong is a big place. I couldn't find my wallet. It's gone forever. And I'm pissed at myself about that, and I'm just really, really bummed out by that. I mean, a lot of important stuffs are in the wallet: the ID card, Hong Kong ID card, Octopus card, school ID, library card, 200 Hong Kong dollars, a bunch of movie tickets, I think 10, some memorabilias. Yeah. That's very unfortunate. It's a good thing that I took photos of my wallet before I lost it, because just in case a day like this arrives, which I'm not anticipating, of course, but it happened. And my happy birthday sign that I've been keeping for 4 years now, it's gone. So yeah, but in terms of losing things, this is not the worst that had happened to me. I've been through worse. But what also sucks about today is that apparently there's going to be a Chinese exam and physics exam tomorrow, and I totally didn't know that. And I'm fucked because I didn't revise at all, basically. So since we are gonna do the physics exam tomorrow first, so I am going to revise physics now for the next, I guess, 20 minutes or so, and then at around 2 a.m. I'm gonna fall asleep, and I'm gonna wake up 6 something a.m. tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna use my temporary Octopus card to go to school. And then after the physics exam, I will spend the rest of my time to do revision on Chinese, hopefully do some past papers, and I still haven't finished any of the homework because I've been busy making YouTube lists, rewriting my short film scripts, and other stupid activities that I'm forced to do throughout the whole holiday. But anyways, I am selectively revising right now. I am not going to revise heat because it's easy. It's a really easy chapter, and I'm not going to revise mechanics and electromagnetism. I'm going to do that, I guess, tomorrow morning, because I've already revised that not too long ago for the tests. So I'm going to revise waves and radiation right now. Waves and radiation, and I'm doing waves right now, and I am at constructive and destructive interference, which is actually a really easy topic. So I guess I'll have to move on to other stuffs. There's this equation about the diffraction of light beams, and I can't find it anywhere. Yeah, I'm really fucking sad about the whole wallet disappearance thing. I'm still not over it. So apparently there's a biology homework, and I'm supposed to be, everybody's supposed to hand this in, technically yesterday, and a lot of people haven't done it at all, including me. Alright, so, as you can see, I have filled in some portion of the multiple choice questions because these are the answers of Kingsley's. I copied them, but I copied them with a pattern, and then I'm going to fill in some randomly, and then I'm going to do some tomorrow morning, and that's the strategy.